On Easter Sunday, March 23, 2008, 3 services were packed with people to worship the risen Christ at 3825 McGregor Boulevard. New Hope Presbyterian Church was founded that day.
Well, I think it's many people who were privileged to be at the first service will remember. It was a sense of excitement that the only thing that's going to come close to it is when we get into heaven.
The journey had begun. Starting a new church is very exciting, but it is not without its challenges. We anticipate great things to come in the future, and we remember the labor of love, the sacrifice, the devotion, and simply the sheer perseverance of those who have gone before us.
When you look at our period from February of 2008 until now, it was not a nice, easy, rosy ride. We had lots of ups and downs, and rode the crest, and we went into the valleys, and we came back up out every time.
From the first day, New Hope's vision was to have its own property and campus. In 2010, God provided the land. Dr. Bill Stevens, our founding pastor, was instrumental in making the vision of land a reality.
One of the things I'd like you to know, if you weren't part of that momentous occasion, is the numerous times we saw God's presence felt. And I remember back to bidding on the property that we are currently on the year before we actually bought it. And it was for $3-some million. And we prayed about it, we talked about it, we just didn't feel it was right in our hearts. We thought it wasn't the right time, wasn't the right amount. And we told the seller, no thanks. We continued to search, to pray about it, to see maybe what God's trying to lead us to do. And almost a year later, the same seller came back to us trying to sell the same property to us for almost $1 million less. Well, we looked at each other, and in our hearts, we knew how that had happened and why. And I just want you to know that's just one instance of how God intervened on our behalf in order to lead us to this place and to accomplish His purpose.
In 2011, in response to the Stepping Out in Faith campaign, New Hope retired the land debt and was prepared to build. Now, it would be 5 more years before the new campus became a reality. God's timing is seldom our timing. In May of 2013, I became the second pastor of New Hope Presbyterian Church. In September of that same year, a 3-year plan called Roadmap was presented and approved by the New Hope elders.
It was kind of an encouraging document in that it gave us the ability to go forward, but it was very discouraging in that we recognized that Roadmap was short of our goal. And when the money flowed and allowed us to go beyond Roadmap and not have offices and adult Christian education in portables, and in lieu of that have offices and an additional 6,000 square feet of educational space, as well as that connecting wing with what isn't a full kitchen, but is an extraordinary thing from what Roadmap contemplated. Roadmap was a downer, and then it became wow when we were able to see the upside on it.
From the fall of 2013 through 2014, the building committee began turning Roadmap into our building project. In the fall of 2014, the campaign team began its work.
In looking at our process, very unique for a campaign, when you engage with a consultant or you do traditional fundraising, the first thing people want to do is identify a number of people and go sit with them and take them to lunch and really strong arm them and ask them and kind of lean on them and let them know that we need a certain size gift, and that's going to be really important to make this work, and we didn't do any of that.
But when we could settle in and consider, now to Him who is able to do immeasurably more, and rest in that and be encouraged by that, and know in the end this was bigger than anything we could have done, the exciting part is that we got to see that God did the work in people's hearts.
On May 15, 2015, in one service, our church family worshiped together at Harborside and made our commitments to the Lord for our new campus. Since then, God has brought many new people to New Hope. On Sunday, July 10th of this year, we enjoyed another memorable day. We commenced our worship of God at 3825 McGregor and culminated our worship of God at our new campus. It has been quite an 8-year journey.
When you think, what are the lessons that we can take away from the first 8 years as we look into the future? One, the most important thing is God loves New Hope Presbyterian Church. God's got a special plan and mission for New Hope Presbyterian Church, and it's much bigger than any one of us.
God has been so faithful to New Hope Presbyterian Church.
I mean, his hand was in everything. I mean, what motivates somebody who is in a church that doesn't have its long-term pastoral leadership in place at that particular time, has a building program on hold to give you $1 million? I mean, what motivates somebody to do that? His hand was in all of it.